Well, joining me now, Karol Markowicz, New York Post columnist. Karol, good to see you. All right, so we're heading into the school year. You've got stories about 4-day weeks. You got stories about teacher shortages. You look at the state of play in American education. What do students and parents face as they head into this new year?
Yeah, my kids have been back for a few weeks already in Florida, and it's a real problem that we can't attract quality applicants to these positions. We obviously need good teachers throughout the country, and it's not a position that anybody could just step into. But having said that, I think that we maybe should think about realigning the needs that we have and sort of changing what the teachers need to become teachers. My Governor DeSantis, has an idea where veterans will be able to have a fast track to the teaching profession. I think we need to think outside the box here and really get to what kind of person we need to have in the classroom, and do they need to have these extensive credentials that we've always relied on.
But Karol, even in Florida, the teachers union down there is pushing back hard against that idea. They hate the idea that they would lose control of the credentialing process. They want the whole system.
Right.
They want a monopoly in the whole system. Do you think an idea like that can actually take root?
Well, I think it can when teachers aren't showing up to teach classrooms when school begins in different places. I think it's a really good idea. But what we've learned through the last 2 years is that these teachers unions really don't care about the kids. It wasn't about getting the schools open. It was about protecting, their own property and their own people. And I think that we just learned some real lessons over the last 2 years not to listen to the teachers unions, try to shut down their influence wherever possible, and don't let them take control of a situation. I like that the governor of my state is working to do this kind of thing. I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's innovative, and that's really what we need right now.
Yeah, we need innovation. You got Secretary Cardona saying, no, what we should do is take COVID relief money, all that COVID relief money, and we should send it to universities, and we should send it to teachers unions for pay and for. Does that surprise you? And is this what we're going to see from here until eternity? Any COVID money left is always going to end up in the pockets of the political supporters who keep this administration in office.
Well, yes, that's probably what's going to happen. But, over the last 2 years, I feel like I've been on with you a lot talking about this, where that money never made any sense. What did they need this COVID relief money for? It's like, oh, we need it for PPE. You mean a mask? Everybody had a mask. Like, what are you doing? So no amount of money was going to open these schools when the teachers union said no and the Biden administration listened to them. And so all of this money was really wasted. I mean, sure, spend it on hiring more teachers. Why not? But it just really goes to the point that this money was unnecessary to actually do anything for the children. And they should really kind of be the first priority. I mean, I know, call me crazy. I think that they should be important in this conversation.
I mean, this is billions of dollars, and they had no idea how they wanted to use it, and now it's a slush fund. Karol, I got to talk to you about your recent New York Post piece. You discovered how easy it is to pass the Regents exam in New York. All you got to do is put C down for every single answer. I mean, talk about standards going out the window, Karol.
Yeah, I found this shocking, actually, because I grew up in New York, and the Regents diploma sort of used to have a good reputation. You got the Regents diploma, and it meant something. Now it means that you scored 19% on your algebra Regents. It's insane. I don't know how any parent puts up with it, but what really bothers me is that this exam is mostly used in public schools. High-quality private schools are not using the Regents exams because they know that it doesn't mean anything. So you have these kids passing with a 19%, and it's really pathetic, and they don't have any way to exit the system. And these places that have dumbed down the curriculum to this extent, they need school vouchers, they need school choice now.
Right. I mean, it's just to put a finer point on that, it's that money. Okay, you talk about all this COVID money going to unions, going to teachers. Let the money follow the student. Let the student go to the places where the tests mean something, where you can't just put C for every answer and pass with 20%. I mean, that may help the student today move on to the next level, but it will undermine their ability to make a living in the future. Karol, I always appreciate your insight. We got to leave it there, but thanks for being with us today. You bet.
Thanks so much.
Yep.